what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I just got done working out, so today I wanted to share with you guys what my workouts look like and give you just an example full body workout for you to do the next time you go to the gym. I know it's not very Instagrammy or YouTubey to do full body workouts. It's very much more lower body, upper body splits. That does not work for me. Maybe that doesn't work for you, or you're just looking for something new. So I wanted to share this with you guys. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. That really supports me and this channel, and make sure that you turn post notifications on. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get into it. So like I said, I'm doing full body workouts 4 times a week and currently doing 1 day of cardio. I typically do the elliptical and I just go until my watch tells me I've burned 350 calories. The workout I'm gonna show you today is actually my day 2, and it's a mix of upper body and lower body, a lot of glute focus, but I feel like for my body type, which maybe is shorter and more broad, I need to include upper body work. I can't just let that go and eat in a caloric deficit and look the way that I want to look. I do see other girls on Instagram and on YouTube using that kind of a strategy where it's very glute focused. They'll do 4 glute days a week and then like maybe some barbell rows, maybe some whatever, like a small amount of arm work. They're taller and thinner naturally than I am, so if you have more of my body type, then you might relate to these workouts a lot more. And that's also why I wanted to get that out here, get this workout out here, because I don't see a lot of girls that look exactly like I do. I see a lot of bikini competitors and not a lot of just everyday people who like to work out or are just looking to look better for vacation or a wedding or just in general because they want to look better, you know? So today I started my workout out with some sumo deadlifts, and sumo deadlifts are a really interesting, I guess, a complex exercise for me. Some days I'm really feeling them, a lot of days I'm not really feeling them. I can't decide if I want to sit back more, if I want to just how exactly I'm supposed to feel everything. I'm using the strategy of tucking my chin, which is the same strategy that you should use on a hip thrust to try to feel my glutes more, instead of like looking directly up or looking ahead, because I think that I'm pulling my neck up and maybe that's taking out a little bit of the glute emphasis of the sumo deadlift. I did regular deadlifting for quite some time, and I only started sumo deadlifting when I moved out of the regular gym and into my garage gym. It does have more glute emphasis than your traditional deadlift. It does feel a little bit safer to me, but at the same time I have a hard time kind of figuring it out. So I would really recommend you just play around with it and then just try to look up other videos of other people like Steffi Cohen and just see what kind of tips you can pick up from other people, and then just record yourself and see how you feel and what you're feeling when you're doing it. My working weight today was 150 pounds and I did 3 sets of 12. My hamstrings felt pretty tight in the beginning of the workout, so I think I can do more than 12 reps, but I really do not want to get injured, and I just didn't need to do like 15 reps today, which is where I probably could have taken it. So I will work up to doing 3 sets of 15 at 150 pounds. This is also, I should probably mention, my week 5, and I plan on doing probably 7 weeks of this program and then taking a 1-week deload before starting another workout cycle. I'm setting my workouts up to be alternating between upper body and lower body. So I started with a lower body movement. Most of my days, actually all 4 days, start with a lower body movement, and then my second movement is upper body. So the second movement I did today was a barbell row. I am focusing on rowing movements for my back because I'm naturally pretty broad and I would just like to have more developed muscles in my back. So rowing variations are going to help with that. I believe that is called thickness instead of just being instead of wideness. I am wide, I would like more thickness, so I do all kinds of rows to improve the thickness of my back. I'm trying to just go to 90 degrees when I'm picking the barbell up, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job of that. But again, recording myself is useful for you guys because I can share a workout, but it's also useful for myself, and so I would recommend you do that for yourself, because then you can really see what's happening and you don't have to just think it feels right, because a lot of times things feel right but they could be tweaked to be a little bit better. For the barbell rows, I was at 85 pounds. My first set I did 15 reps and the next two I did 12. Just kind of going off of feel and trying to stay just shy of failure. After the barbell rows, I did a superset. So I started with barbell RDLs and then immediately went into some seated abductions leaning back. So a couple of things. I am using straps on the Romanian deadlifts, and that's just so I can focus on my hamstrings and not have to worry about whether or not I can still hold on to the bar. I'm using 125 pounds, which is a little bit light, but because I also did sumo deadlifts today and my hamstrings were already feeling tight, I do feel like that's a good weight for me to stick at so that I can feel my hamstrings working without overworking them and then moving into my lower back, because that's a tendency for myself that tends to happen. Then immediately going into the seated leaning back abductions. Those are one of my favorite abduction exercises. Abductions are a very easy movement to work into any kind of workout, especially lower body work, just to increase the look of your glutes. It's going to help create that side booty that a lot of us are trying to go for. I like the leaning back version because your glutes are fully stretched in that position, making it the hardest movement for you to make. I started this program, this 8-week program, doing 30 reps on the banded abductions, and now I'm doing 40. I also like to hold it out, like a static hold at the end, just to feel my glutes really stabilizing and shaking. I just kind of like that feeling. For the RDL portion, I'm really just trying to keep the bar close to my body, trying to go straight down and sending my hips all the way back, and then bringing it back up and squeezing the glutes nice and tight. That is an overlooked part of training your glutes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. It's not cute, but it works, and that is what's important. Next, I did some overhead pressing, which unfortunately is just not very cute to film. It would be better if I had somebody out here to help me, but this morning I worked out at 6 a.m. I did get up at 5:30 so that I could film all of this for you, and so most of the time, and like today, I'm all alone out there except for Aliko, and I haven't trained him yet to be able to use the camera, so I guess that'll be our next trick that we're working on. But I really like overhead pressing. I really like a good set of shoulders. If I'm already gonna be naturally broad, it's just gonna be better for me to have developed shoulders instead of these like weird soft shoulders on a really wide body. That's just the look that I prefer. Today I was using 55 pounds, 3 sets again, and I did 12, 12, and 10. That's actually pretty good. Last week I did 12, 10, and 10, so that's 2 more reps even though I did the same weight as last week, and that's really what I'm going for. That's that progressive overload and just increasing with small steps every week. After the overhead pressing, I went into some assisted skater squats. I saw Brett Contreras post on Instagram, I believe, about his favorite glute exercises, and he included the assisted or TRX pistol. So I did start this program off doing pistols, which are with your non-working leg going out in front of you. It's like a very CrossFit-like move. But I like the skater squat better. It mimics a reverse lunge, which is much more comfortable than a pistol. It's much more natural because you don't really pistol squat during the day. I mean, I guess you could if you want to, but a reverse lunge is a natural sort of movement, so it feels more right for the body, and it's like a little bit easier to learn. It also loads the glute more, and it leads you really well into a curtsy lunge or a dragon squat, which are 2 different things. So I will probably use the dragon squat next cycle, and I am excited for that. I like doing these assisted because I can do them without an assistant or without the TRX, and I can do them loaded with weight, but I'm liking doing them assisted because you can really kind of like pump them out. You don't have to come to the top, you don't have to fully come to the top, and so you can just pump, 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 and you feel that really working in your glute. And I feel like I'm able to stretch deeper down, which is increasing the range of motion that I was getting when I was loading them and I was doing them unassisted. I did 3 sets of these assisted skater squats, and all 3 sets I did 15 on each leg. I start each set with the right leg. My left leg usually has a harder time, and I did struggle a little bit to like find exactly where to place my foot, But once you find that spot, I love this movement and I am so happy that I added this in. It's also nice to have an unloaded movement after doing a lot of hamstring work with just like a lot of heavy glute work with the sumo deadlifts, RDLs, and even the abductions. So I really am happy about these assisted skater squats. All right, last movement of the day, back to the upper body, just trying to work my triceps. I'm limited a bit for tricep work out in the garage because I don't have a cable machine. I would love one. Oh, I would love one. But I do a lot of skull crushers, which really gets boring after a while, and I feel like I have to do so many reps of them. So this time I'm doing something a little different, and I'm using a resistance band, throwing that over my pull-up bar and just doing like a tricep push down. After the blue band, which is pretty heavy, I would say, I moved to the red one just for a little bit more burnout. I really feel like my triceps respond to high volume. I do one tricep specific exercise a week, so if I can get a lot of reps in, that seems to be the most efficient way for me to be able to train my triceps, get the look that I want without being out in the garage for 2 hours a day. I did just 2 sets on this. It really like tears up my triceps. So the first set I was able to get 20 on the blue, and then I finished it off with 12 on the red. But by the time I came back for the second set, I had to really try hard just to get 13 on the blue. I did still get to 12 on the red, but that blue one is just so hard. And also because it's dropping my reps so heavily, that's also why I like to throw in that little burnout with the red band, just to get some more work in and keep the triceps moving. I did finish this workout off with some abs. I did hanging leg raises. They don't film really well because I need just like a taller tripod, I guess. I did 2 sets of 12 and 1 set of 10. When I'm doing a hanging leg raise, I like to fire up the lats first, so I'm like pulling a little bit and then pointing the toes. That seems to work best for me. Your lats are a part of your core, so it is a good idea to always be engaging those whenever you're doing abdominal work that allows for that. The whole workout took me 1 hour and 18 minutes, which is a little bit longer than I'm used to, but it does take longer whenever I'm filming. I'm trying to be out in the garage for really no more than an hour, really no more than 1 hour and 15, so in that regard, this workout does fit into what I'm trying to do, because I don't want to be out. I don't want to be working out all morning. I have other things I need to do, like take care of the house or just like live my life. I can't always be in the gym, and you probably feel that way too. So I have tried really hard to write myself workouts that allow me to get the work done without having to always be working. And right now I'm really happy with my workout. So I think I have finally kind of figured out where that balance is, and that's also why I'm so excited to share this with you guys. I hope you guys find this video helpful. Maybe it'll just give you a couple ideas of some new exercises that you can add into your workout routine, or some exercises you forgot about, because that always happens to me. I'm always forgetting about things, and then someone says something, I'm like, oh, that's such a good idea. I want to do that too. So I really hope that this was helpful for you. If you have a different way that you would like me to film these workouts, like direct and live more, where I'm talking to you right after the set or whatever, if you have any ideas like that, just let me know. I'm always open to ideas. Otherwise, subscribe, turn post notifications on, make sure you're following me on Instagram for daily health, wellness, and fitness tips, and I will see you guys on Friday.